Hi friends. Well, week 1 is in the books. Florida to North Dakota. So I left Monday and I got to North Dakota today. My first night I stayed in Perry, Georgia, and it was really, really, really hot. 95 degrees, really high humidity. Night number 2, stayed at a campground outside of Nashville. The drive through Atlanta was rough. It was very hot and lots of traffic. Day 3 saw cooler temperatures, and I stayed in Effingham, Illinois. This was a really nice park, and I had a site by the lake, which was beautiful. Missy had her own sights. There was a squirrel that was taunting her outside the camper. Night 4, I stayed in Edgerton, Wisconsin, at Creekside. Not my favorite campground, but I made an amazing discovery. Best pizza in the universe is there. Who knew? Night number 5, I just stayed at a KOA outside of Minneapolis, which was pretty nice. The next day there was all this smoke in the air, which was from wildfires from Alaska. The next night I stayed at Swan Lake, which didn't have any availability, but they were nice enough to fit me in. I didn't have any hookups, but I didn't really need them because it was cool enough at night. I didn't need the air conditioner, so I was thankful. This place is a resort-style vacation place. Lots of families there. They had these really cool totems there, and there was a guy with a chainsaw actually working on another one while I was there. Entering North Dakota, I noticed these yellow fields, which turned out to be canola fields. Tonight I'm staying at the Haven Campground, run by Barb and Larry. Very small campground, but $20 for full hookup, you can't beat it. So here's a summary of my trip so far. 1,700 miles traveled, about 43 hours in the car. Total cost this week, almost $800. I like to keep track of my steps, just more out of curiosity than anything. That max day was laundry day. Lots of back and forth from the camper. So this week has been interesting. It's been fun. It's been an adventure, even though I really haven't, got to this more scenic parts that I'm looking forward to. But I've definitely had more time to think about, why I'm doing this. And it's interesting when you kind of distill your life down to a 6x12 area and minimal amount of stuff, which is a good thing. But it's becoming more about who I'm becoming rather than where I'm going or what I'm seeing. And I guess what I mean by that is, I feel like God wants me to be more present in the moment. I know that's something that I've struggled with. It's always about, the next thing on my to-do list or the next place I'm going or whatever. But now, just trying to be where I'm at and enjoy where I'm at and looking for opportunities that God puts in front of me right where I'm at. And so I have had a few neat conversations with people, and I met a homeless guy outside of Starbucks. We had a nice conversation, and I prayed with him. His funny story was he had a dog, a husky dog, and I said, "What's your dog's name?" He said, "Husky." I'm like, "Oh, it's good. It's original." But nice guy. He was, it was in Georgia. It was hot. And I was like, "Man, I bet your dog has a hard time in this." He's like, "Yeah, we're thinking about moving." I said, "Really? Where you want to move?" He's like, "I don't know, but we're going to do it today." I was like, "All right, well, I like that optimism." And then, like the other day, I met a lady outside of a gas station with her husband and 4 kids, and they were headed to Minnesota for family reunion / grandma's celebration of life, and she just had a great attitude while her daughter was having like a total meltdown in the parking lot because mom wouldn't buy her this hat that she wanted in the gas station. And so just being open to sort of encounters like that, conversations like that is something that's kind of neat about this trip. And I'm looking forward to more of that. So presence, patience, and flexibility. I mentioned in the first part of this video, and I had wanted to stay at Swan Lake, and when I checked for reservations, it was full, and of course I stayed up for part of the night worrying about it, and I finally prayed about it, and then the next day called, and people are just super nice. They're like, yeah, just show up, we'll fit you in, and they did. So just kind of a lesson in trusting that the Lord's got to figure it out. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Anyway, thanks for keeping up on my trip with me, and thanks for your prayers, and just look forward to more adventures. So that's my week 1 overview, which I wanted to get out before anything. I have some other videos of some daily routine type of things, which I'll release later. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in.